Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday morning, September the 27th. It's now leaving my orthopedic surgeon's office and I am on my way to meet Jill. She has invited me to have lunch with her today, so I'm looking forward to that. But everything went well with my follow-up appointment. This is my second follow-up visit after shoulder replacement surgery. The first visit was 2 weeks after the surgery, and that's when my surgeon took me out of the sling, and I haven't worn it since, not even for a minute. So yes, I had to cut my sleeve. I'm gonna stitch it back to it. It has elastic around the bottom, so it was so tight I wasn't able to raise it up so that he could examine that bicep tendon that I was so concerned about. But anyway, he raised it up, and it hurt. I said, okay. And then he put it behind me, and I had to stop him with that too. But he said that, the movement that I was able to let him make, he said I'm doing very good. So I'm thankful for that, and I told him that my physical therapist is waiting to hear from him so that he can increase the movement of my shoulder in my next therapy visit. So I have the instructions right here for him. Let me read them and see what they say. Let's see. Now, I don't know what SP means. RSA, PT for PROM, AROM is tolerated. Overhead pulley. Okay for IR. Okay for light biceps, tricep strengthening, which will be a 1 pound weight. OC physical therapy. History of reverse total replacement of right shoulder joint. Evaluate and treat. Frequency 1 to 3 times per week. Duration 6 to 8 weeks. Let's see, I have, I think, 6 more appointments, 6 more physical therapy visits approved so far. So my appointment with physical therapy is on Friday, and next week I believe it's Tuesdays and Fridays. I had to schedule it a little bit earlier so that in case Jill needs me to get the kids off the bus, I'll be able to get there by 2:30 and not be a nervous wreck worrying about it. But I told him, and he said, how you doing? I said, well, I have good news and bad news. So he said, well, the bad news first. So I told him, Tony, my therapist had gotten me to do this squeezing with the putty. And I was thinking, well, over the weekend I was thinking, well, that would be good. It's the same movements for me to do crocheting. And I told him I was making a blanket for my grandson. And so I said I crocheted Saturday and Sunday, but then by Sunday night it started hurting, so I had to put it down. And then I told him, by Monday morning I was just in severe excruciating pain, and it really has not let up until this morning. And he said, well, what did you do for it? And I said, well, I put ice on it for, I just kept ice on it for 3 hours, and it just didn't even eliminate the pain at all on Sunday night. So I said I would alternate between ice and the heating pad. He said, well, just continue doing that, whatever feels the best. It doesn't matter if it's ice or heat. Whatever feels the best to you, go ahead and do it. And I said, well, last night I rubbed a little Voterin cream on it. And he said, oh, I was just going to ask you if you had any Voterin cream. And I said, yeah, I have some that I bought at Walmart. He said, well, I'll send you a prescription over for it. And I said, great, because it's so expensive. I'm crossing my fingers that my insurance will pay for a large tube of prescription strength Voterin cream. So I did rub the Voterin cream on it last night. And this morning, the severe throbbing and burning had eased up a little bit. So where I was at about a level 8 pain Sunday night and Monday and Tuesday, it has reduced to about a level 6. But it still hurts. I mean, it is like, to touch it, it feels like a a poker. So he said, no steroids. But he said if my stomach can tolerate the Aleve, to go ahead and take it too. So I'll probably do that. But he's always, doctors how they're always in a hurry and wanting to get out of the room. And so he said he wanted to see me in 6 weeks. Well, he goes to walk out, and I said, wait a minute, I want to say something to you. So then I just busted out crying, and I said, I just want to thank you for all of the years and all of the hours and days that you spent studying and learning how to do this surgery. And I said, I just want you to know how much you have improved my life and how much you've helped me. And, I want you to know that I appreciate all the dedication and the sacrifices that you made to make my life better. And he said, you're right. It did take a lot, many, many years of, studying and being dedicated. And, he said other students were going out and partying and doing things and going places. And he said he studied. And I said, well, I just want you to know that I don't take it lightly. And I just want you to know how very much you have improved my life and how very much I appreciate it. So I think that made him good. His eyes teared up just a little bit. So I'm glad that I remembered to thank him for it. Because oftentimes we don't consider, when you're in pain and you're sick and you go to the doctor, you just expect them to help you and fix it if they can. But most times we're so consumed with our own pain and agony and suffering that we don't always think about the sacrifice that these young men and women had to make when they were going to college. And it has to have been difficult and expensive. So I hope you enjoyed my video today. I'm exhausted. But Jill is texting me. She's wanting to know if I'm going to meet her at Kasiki for lunch. She loves that sushi restaurant. So we'll go over there and have a nice lunch. And I hope that you will give me a thumbs up and share. If you know of anybody who's facing surgery, maybe they would like to watch the videos that I've made about shoulder replacement surgery. And if you're new here, I would love it if you would subscribe. You will be loved and accepted here. And I do read each and every comment, and I respond to them. And y'all just keep on coming back. Bye.